या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मीरारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। पूज्य माँ भगवती, पूज्य श्री अरविंद, you all the blessed souls selected and chosen by the Supreme Divine in order to let us all to be in the new world, to be migrated to the new consciousness. The people who are listening to these discourses elsewhere are equally blessed and the chosen. They may know it or not, makes no difference. The divine selection, the divine choice is never prejudicial nor biased nor banking upon anything of our sin and piousness, sacredness, vigilance, sincerity. It is the all white synonym that is important. The synonym as such is a quality where time and space are synchronized together as inevitable part of one another. Divinity, infinity and multiplicity, that will be the new time, where divinity is the stuff, divinity is the essence, divinity is the matter, divinity is the crystal air, divinity is fire, divinity is beauty, and divinity is only and only de facto reality beyond anything else. Now the new chapter that Satprem has compiled here, selecting certain remarkable mandatory statements from all 13 volumes of Agenda. So this is new physics, that is the reality of tomorrow, that is the relativity of tomorrow. Those who are on the way en route to realize the absolute supremacy of the superconscient, absolute supremacy of the superconscient, from where the individualized consciousness as Atma is derived. Individualized consciousness in comparison with the vast cosmos, the light of the sun is derived, and the light of the sun that we can see every day, that is the part of our everyday's experience, and that experience is confined to the time that we can experience as our lifespan. One end of lifespan is birth, another end of lifespan is death. Now the new time, new consciousness, new world and new reality is awaiting and knocking at our door to be born and to be the integral part of our new experience, that is new physics. That is new physics. This science will be outdated within no time, as science before Galileo, science before Archimedes, science before Roman emperor, science before Greek and Roman civilization, Babylonian civilization, Chinese civilization, Japanese civilization, and Vedantic civilization of India even, is now, as we understood it, will be outdated. And new physics based on, Sri Aurobindo says, psychic science, not mental science, not analytical science, not experimental science, not the science based on this apparent, intense, dense reality of spirit, that is the matter, will be over. Matter is a temporary phase of consciousness. It's not the ultimate phase of consciousness. And with the result, mind is also at present we are living with as our supreme power is also interim reality, is not ultimate reality. And mind as being interim reality has to be evolved. Truth is there in mind, and the pure truth, pure divinity, pure reality, and pure multiplicity lies there in our mind of the cells. And to awaken that mind of the cell, mind of light, the supramentalize the individuality. The individuality of Sri Aurobindo, the psychic of Sri Aurobindo, as similar as psychic we have in this birth, received this supramental in his body first. On which date? No date is mentioned. On which time? No time was mentioned. On which circumstance, set of the circumstances, no as such details mentioned by Sri Aurobindo. But it was on a very, very decisive day of his physical departure from this world, as an inevitable pedestal, Sri Aurobindo declared on 5th of December 50 that I am going to transmit my mind of light to the mother for enhancement of my experiment, but is not my experiment, is the experiment of the divine. Experiment of the divine. Existence is a consequence. Existence is a reality brought down on the earth. Cosmic reality as such, what Galileo could find out, Archimedes could find out, Stephen Hawking could find out, Heisenberg and Einstein could find out, is the external reality a consequence on the ground of the evolution from that supreme existence, one and all, Ekoham Bahushyama. So Ekoham became Bahushyama. Bahushyam is infinite. No statistics, no mathematics, no any science of figures and facts can map it out, either by calculation or by assimilation or by synthesis or by experimentation in laboratory or in the cosmos. That is the reality of Einstein, that is the relativity of Einstein, that is MC square. Now MC square is to be enhanced, and that to be enhanced within the laboratory of our living body. That is within the master pattern of our cells within our body. That is the geometry of the master diagram within our body, and that is the geography also of matter, spirit, consciousness, and the source of the consciousness within our body, and that is the mind of light. Such a complicated to our mind, not complicated to the psychic. It is a very natural nature of psychic cabined in our body. But if we can realize our psychic already cabined in our body, it becomes a true knowledge, it becomes a genuine knowledge. Einstein got the glimpses of it, not the clear-cut flow, not the clear-cut quantum of light, not the clear-cut quantum of divinity. Simple rays Einstein received at the time of his death, and he gave nomenclature to this situation, to this scenario, a magnificent compulsion. It's compulsion. I am made to receive it compulsorily. As we start looking at the sun, we are made to receive its light automatically. It is not the efforts on our part. To open our eyes is only our natural phenomenon, our natural action, our natural gesture, our natural non-voluntary gesture. We feel that we open our eyes and see it, but we feel the light that is emitting from the supreme reality, from the superior reality at least, to our inner reality automatically. Similarly, supramental light, supramental reality and supramental relativity will start penetrating very soon to our cellular level, and our pattern will be automatically so put into order that it becomes the pattern to receive the new time and new space. Our matter will be changed. Our matter, external matter will be evolved, and we can see the human life. Our inner matter will be changed and we can feel the new time. So it is the new time over and above Einstein will be offered to us very soon, and that day has come. Sri Aurobindo transmitted it to the world mother, and what was transmitted? Mind of light, and mind of light means new Gayatri, new Savitri, new assignment, as was transmitted to world mother by Paratpar Parabrahma Ekoham Bahushyama. So many theories, so many hypotheses, so many stories, so many legends, so many things as such were up till now announced, propounded, established, accepted as the absolute truth by various religions, various philosophers, various yogis, various devotees, various saints, and so on. But what is truth? Truth is the total compilation of the sparks as such, all the rays. If we can, just for understanding, our limited mind can understand only this illustration, not the principle. If all the rays of the sun we can collect together, we can assemble together, and the quantum of light, in the words of Heisenberg, the quantum of light, if we can collect this way, then we can have the glimpses of the personality, glimpses of the individuality, glimpses of the chief source, main source of light that we are getting every day. Our soul belongs to that world. Our soul belongs to that reality. Our soul does not belong to the world of matter where we are trying to find out truth scientifically through our laboratories. Why not to make our body the laboratory, living laboratory, where light is there, where power is there, where immortality is there, where new time is there, where mind of light is already there, put into the cell, that is Anuror Anyan, Mahato Mahyan. Mahato Mahyan can be the pattern of our reality. Mahato Mahyan can be the pattern of our relativity. Mahato Mahyan can be the pattern of immortality and new time, provided we can over concentrate on our soul. This is the new practice that is to be evolved by us in order to understand the new mutation of the evolution after supramental descent, and that becomes our sadhana. If we can concentrate on our cell, there we can find out the real source in miniature. It is the microcosmic reality, not micro individualized reality. It is the microcosmic reality hidden there in the mind of our cells, because we can understand mind as instrument. We cannot understand up till now. Though scholastic humanity has come into existence and extraordinary genius were born up till now, still we are incomplete, we are imperfect, we are just a non-crystallized instrument. Our instrument is dark, our instrument is dull, our instrument is rigid, our instrument is death-bound instrument, where compulsorily the light can be just captivated, light can be just taken out from us, and we become framework guided and governed up till now by our mind remains to be dull and inert. That is the very nature of the matter. But new matter is to be evolved, and new matter is to be evolved from our cellular pattern, from our cellular river, from our cellular matter. This is also matter. Ambubhai Purani, while explaining this scenario as such, in America, explained Savitri that matter is a materialized spirit and spirit is a spiritualized matter. So we are supposed to spiritualize our matter, supposed to psychicize our matter on the pedestal of the mind of the cells, on the pedestal of the light of the mind of the light, on the pedestal of the light within, with the under the leadership of our psyche. And that is why Sri Aurobindo has categorically put this to be the objective of his yoga. What is the objective of my yoga? Objective of my yoga is to awaken my psychic being. To awaken my psychic light means to switch on, in the darkest room, to switch on the light and to make entry from outside the world, from cosmic world, from the world of the divine, Satchidanand, Rutam Bruhat Satyam, the true genuine light as the light of our soul within our body. Then and then only, this is the only last option, this is the only master option, this is the only master solution with which we can enlighten our soul within. In moments, inner lamps are lit. Lamp is there, light is not there. Lamp is there, light is also there, but lamp is recognized by us. Light is not up till now recognized by our little instrument of mind. The mind has to be enhanced, mind has to be elevated, mind has to be crystallized with the help of the same psychic in order to know the same psychic fully. That is new physics. That is new physics. Avenues beyond, Sri Aurobindo has written in Savitri. Avenues beyond. So avenues beyond are there as our inner compartments. So our soul is moving here, there and everywhere in order to find out, as King Ashwapati's soul also moved here, there and everywhere in order to find out from where I am getting at present at this level. No. Our soul, even at this level, at the level of this sadhana, Vishwamitra also moved here and there inside his soul and fall down into the captivization and grip of Manka. Vital is there to captivate, physical is there to captivate, even mind is to captivate with much more capacity and much more power. And if psychic is fully awakened, if psychic is given full room to manifest, then that psychic can change all these captivizing instruments into the real instruments for her work, for her march, for her evolution, for her divinization, for her experiment within our body. That is a new physics, where matter is also to be explored and spirit is also to be explored. Experiment is also to be explored. Instruments are also to be explored, because the total exploration becomes our inner manifestation, and that becomes our Atma Sakshatkar. If we can do it, then we can definitely get the divine, get the divinity get the immortality, get the infinity prevalent, realized at the level of the matter. This is new physics. Biology will be changed, anatomy will be changed, our organs will be changed, our physicality will be changed, because our psychic will be the knowable, though unknown, knowable, though mysterious, knowable, though invisible, knowable, though not apparent. That will be new physics. And that new physics has to be just architect. That will be the new architecture as our master pattern within our body. And who are the dots for this pattern, new pattern? Which are the dots for this new design? Leonardo da Vinci simply hypothetically indicated there. All our dots, all our cells, they are the dots of this new pattern. They will be so put into order that their voice of immortality will be reciprocated to by the divine and the supreme outside. They will be reciprocated to. So the new pattern, new cellular pattern, only offering prayer, master and king idea. Why idea? Because it is the mind of light that will be working there. It is the mind of the shell that will be the individualized consciousness of the mind of light. Shell will be the individualized consciousness of the mind of light that was transmitted to Mother by Sri Aurobindo, and Mother says that I have realized this mind of the cells, positive mind of the cells, divine mind of the cells, supramental mind of the cell, and that has to be so awakened that the link between supramental descended down on the earth outside and supramental already descended down in my body at the level of the cell, so clubbed that it is my assignment, bridging the gulf between man's mind and God. Man's mind lives not in our functional mind. Man's mind really live in the entity of our shell, where immortality is there, where infinity is there, where reality is there, where divinity is definitely pre-existed. And that is new physics. Satprem notes prior to quoting Mother's dictums before explaining. We are in effect shut in a bowl of physical unreality. We are prisoners in the physical unreality. Physics says that it is physical reality. Satprem says that in the light of Mother's dictums, at least I can dare to say that it is physical unreality. Now you can understand what is going to be, what will be the destiny of this modern physics. What will be the destiny of Stephen Hawking's time? What will be the destiny of Einstein's relativity? Scientists can understand. Scientists can have its blueprint. Scientists can map it out. We people just look at it and with open mouth and wonderstruck will have to accept compulsorily. Because we are to live. We are to live. We are only to be benefited without understanding. And we are benefited up till now without understanding. That is our little mind. Simply we can say that my watch is correct, egoistically. Ego is not reality. Ego is an illusion created by mind as super reality. As super reality. Now it is to be discarded. That is Sri Aurobindo's rejection. This is the master rejection. Against it, we have to offer ourselves to be the true and genuine instrument as master act, a prayer, master act and king idea can link the strength of the soul to the force of the transcendent force, transcendent light, transcendent reality is the absolute reality. We may call it God or not, doesn't matter. It doesn't require our any recognition, any authentication. Who are we to authorize it? It is the only reality that exists, and we are all the sparks, temporary sparks of that reality, temporary sparks of that light. But we are given time to realize that light within our body. That is our lifetime, that is our lifespan. That new physics will come at cosmic level too, at cellular level too. But it is light, light and light. That is the only reality, nothing else. That is Varam Rupam Jyoti. We are in effect shut in bowl. We are shut in bowl. Our body is a bowl of physical unreality. Physical laws are not as we think. Physical laws are not as we think. MC square is not as we think. Energy is not merely confined to MC square. Energy is confined to immortality. Energy is confined to total manifestation. Energy is confined to total multiplicity. Energy is confined to whatever is possible and impossible. There is nothing impossible for this energy to be manifested. No impossibility. If God touch is there, everything is possible. All can be done. Sri Aurobindo has written, all can be done if God touch is there. So we can get God touch from our own self. The pattern of our self should be so contrived, so architectured, that it becomes the master architecture, and it is master architect can offer master act to the world. Master architect can offer master act to the world. Let our prayer be the master act. Let our prayer come out from our soul as master act. Nobody can challenge it. Even master of the master also cannot challenge it, because it is the nature of the master to accept it. Prayer cannot be retorted, prayer cannot be revolted, prayer cannot be suspended, prayer cannot be rejected by the divine even. That will be the new physics. That will be the new physics. Physical illness and death are not as we think and feel them. See, death as we feel is not like that. New physics will prove. New physics, new yogi will prove, not new physics will prove. That will be the common universal nature, as mind is not required to be proved by any scientist today. No scientist can prove mind. No scientist can prove the diagram of mind. No scientist can prove the reality of mind. Distortion of mind suffered by the patient can be cured by counseling. But it is just superficial experiments. Mind is not rightly spelled out even by Sigmund Freud. Even by Sigmund Freud. The psychology based on Sigmund Freud is also imperfect. Psychology based on modern psychologists is also conscious mind, unconscious mind, subconscious mind is also imperfect. The layers of the mind are also infinite. The layers and natural stages of mind are also infinite. Sri Aurobindo has only placed 4 different milestones to this ascent. But the root is there in mind of the cells. Physical illness and death are not as we think and feel them. All our sensation and perception of the physical world are false. All our sensation of the physical world are false. So what will be the destiny of our modern physics? It will be completely outdated because it is imperfect. When perfection is there in one individual, it will be a role model for the entire new physics. Hence, we can get out of it physically. We can get out of these clutches of mortality physically. Body also will be our instrument, as at present body is the instrument of our mind. Physicality and vitality are the instrument of our mind. Now mind itself will be the instrument of our super light, that is psychic. Then the physics related to matter will have to be changed in such a way that it can be seen as related to our light, related to our consciousness, related to our soul. That is, psychicality will be the new physics. Psychicality will be the scenario of new physics. Hence, we can get out of the physically. Living the false perception doesn't lead to nirvana. See, nirvana is also imperfect. Nirvana is also imperfect. The master act of the ninth incarnation, as per our Srimad Bhagavat, is also imperfect. It can lead us to this modern physics. It can lead us to this modern world. It can lead us to the supreme reality individually, just from the distance. That distance is still to be crossed. That distance is still to be bridged. Bridging the gulf, because gulf is left out. Bridging the gulf between man's mind and God. So, where is nirvana? It is just hypothetical acceptance of moksha, hypothetical acceptance of salvation, hypothetical acceptance of divinity. But still divinity is far, far, far away from us, and that is to be realized at our cellular level. Doesn't lead to nirvana or to heaven or to death or to heaven or to death. Vaikunth, Golokdham, Akshardham, Swarg, paradise, heaven, Jannat, Jannam, Nark. All these things are projections of imperfections accepted by our little mind, limited mind, as unlimited ultimate truth. Now we should come out of it. We should get rid of this spider's web created by us only. Spider itself is captivated by its own web, because web is pre-created by spider, not as home, not as sweet home, not as swarg, not as heaven, not as Jannat, as prisoner. When we come to know that we are imprisoned in the world created by us, this is the world of physics. That is to be toppled down. That is to be so rejected that on the basis of this debris, we can have the sound pedestal to make our mind so ascending that it can at least reach in this birth to the over mental level. That is Lord Krishna. To the level of Lord Krishna's consciousness. So this is Srimad Bhagavad Gita's profound truth, over and above all knowledge up till now presented by all different avatars. And after Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Buddha came, and Lord Buddha's nirvana is, according to our physical imperfection, is still imperfect. We have still to reach something. True and genuine nirvana is there. True and genuine nirvana is there. Sunya is not the nirvana. Sunya is not the absolute reality. It is the fathomless zero, the fathomlessness as nature of Sunya, dharma of Sunya, programming of Sunya, velocity of Sunya, reality of Sunya, and divinity of Sunya has to be realized at our cellular level. It leads to the true physical reality. See that. This is the programming which can lead to the true reality, and true reality is the reality that will be at our disposal tomorrow, at least in our next birth. To our next generation that is growing up at present might have possibility to realize it before their death. Before their death. Physical reality, true matter. See, this will be the true matter for new physics as such. As it is, to another life in matter, to another life in matter. Whatever Satprem's little mind could grasp from the statements given to him by mother, Satprem compiled all these things and at least lead us to this new way, uncharted route, to realize that this is the new physics created as new matter by this mother in her body, and I am the eyewitness for 23 years. See the fortune accorded to this one disciple of mother. For mother's story is not the story of some frack of nature going up to another state like the amphibian emerging into the open air, and then goodbye to the old ocean of falsehood and unreality. It is two states or two worlds within each other. Two world of mortality and world of immortality are so intermingled that only and only immortality can prevail upon it. Sugar can be poured into milk, milk cannot be poured into sugar. Sugar can be poured into milk to make the milk sweet. Milk cannot be poured into sugar. So it is the reversal of Prakriti. It is the reversal of limited reality into unlimited reality, limited reality into infinite reality, limited relativity into ultimate relativity of E is equal to mc square. Is old relativity, E is equal to infinity, E is equal to divinity, E is equal to multiplicity, and E is equal to beauty is the reality of Shyam Sundar, Lord Krishna as individual and Lord Krishna as Virat. That is to be realized. That is new physics. One goes from false matter to true matter, from the false laws to the true law of the world, and this will be the new physics and new laws of the world.